Hey guys, this is Jaden, and it's been not as long as usual, so I'm proud that I didn't wait as long as usual to make some videos again. These will probably be posted sometime this week. So, um, anywho, I have some more deck profiles for you guys and some discussion videos that I've been meaning to do. I just finally had some free time on my hands. So anyway, this deck profile on this one specifically is going to be over Revelation Fenrir. Now, before we get into this, I don't want I want to say a little something. Understand, this is not the Fenrir Wiseman build. Now, if you want to see the Fenrir Wiseman build, let me know. I have Wisemans. I get it that you can stand him a shitload of times, and it's effective, and it's annoying, and you get the deck so fucking thin that you're just gonna, do that. But guys, I'm sorry. I do not like that deck. It's not that it's. I'm not saying I don't like it, as in I just don't like it, so I'm not going to touch it. I'm saying that from the standpoint I don't like it from a consistent standpoint. Now, if it works for you, that's great. It's not me. I do not like that particular build. I mean, my build's a little different than the most Wiseman builds that you see. I slapped it together. I did a couple test hands and games with it, and I don't know. It just did not feel right to me. I have no problem playing decks that are considered cancerous by the community, because I played Ripples, so it's not that I don't feel bad playing it because you can get all those Wiseman stands out of it. It's just not me, and I do not like it. It's just there are better decks out there to play, and as much as I love Genesis, I mean, and I really love playing Fenrir. It's a lot of fun for me, but the deck is still. It doesn't have enough viable support for it to be a main meta deck, and to some people might disagree with that, and the main reason people hate this deck is because of this Dreaming Dragon. And to be real honest, guys, just because this deck has Dreaming Dragon does not make this thing a good deck. I don't consider Fenrir tier 1. I don't consider it tier 0. I consider it maybe the bottom of tier 2 at best. And I say that with respect. I wish Fenrir was better than he is. I mean, the support he has. Fenrir himself is an amazing card for Genesis because his soul is pretty much an extension of your hand. But I just wish that this deck would get more support. I'm hopeful that we might. I'm going to hold my breath and hope that the Revelation Fenrir deck gets a little more love. If you want to see the Fenrir Wiseman build, let me know, and I'll slap my build together. And the next time I film, I will put it up here for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the deck. So for the starting Vanguard, we are running Feder Creator Vaughn, Forerunner, auto rearguard. When this unit is rest due to the effect of your card, choose one of your units and it gets plus 2,000 power. So when you rest this due to Revelation, give 2k somewhere. And then his other skill is Generation Break 1. When your drive check reveals a normal unit, in other words, not a trigger, you may place this unit into the soul and draw a card. So it's nice because when you're doing your Revelation skills, if you do rest this, you get something for resting him with. You get 2,000 power, so it might fix magic numbers, might give you that little extra boost, and you can get to draw a card off of him and put him in the soul and all that. So that's good. Triggers, we got our 4 Stake Feder Thavidi, which is basically our Fenrir Heart Thump clone. Go to the soul, plus 5k, draw a card. Really cool artwork. And then we play 2 Battle Maiden Kukuria Hime. Shove her in the soul, give 3k somewhere. So that's pretty decent. Then we play 3 Dreaming Dragons. This is really all you need of this card because you're going to see it. It's going to go to the soul. You might notice, guys, I'm not trying to rush through this build. I'm just not going to explain the cards that I feel everybody knows, and I feel everybody now knows what Dreaming Dragon does, so I'm just not going to explain it. And then, I mean, I'll explain the newer cards, but if I've explained them before, or at least a couple of times, I'm not going to bother. Then we play 3 of the newsstands. This is, her name is Goddess of Sound Sleep, Taharu. I'm pretty sure, you know, some people know what she does, but just in case. She does have the Revelation ability, so when she's placed on the rear guard circle, you can look at the top card of your deck, and you can put that card into your soul. And if you do, you rest one of your rear guards. If you don't, you just leave it on top of your deck. So, and then Generation Break 1, when this card is put from the drop zone from your soul, you may put this card to the bottom of your deck. If you do, you get to choose one of your rear guards and stand it. So you can use this to stand a rear guard. This is the main card that you use with the Wise Man loop. But I play 3/3. Some people only actually go 4/2. It's player preference, really. And then 4 heal triggers because G Guardians need them. So 6 crit, 6 stand, 4 heal. Grade 1s, we play 4 G Perfects. This deck does actually counterblast a fair amount, so we do need our G Perfects. We play 4 copies of Gelja. Gelja was a very good grade 1 we got out of set 8. It has the Revelation ability, and then its other skill is from the soul. You can put this card from your soul to the bottom of your deck and choose one of your rear guards and stand it. It gets 3,000 power until end of turn, and then if you have a Vanguard Defender in its card name, you soul charge 2, and then you choose another one of your units, and it gets 3,000 once per for the rest of the turn. So essentially, if this is in your soul and you have a Fenrir Vanguard, you can place it on the bottom of your deck, soul charge 2, and give 3,000 power to the unit that you stand with his effect, and then 3,000 to another unit. So you can technically power up the unit that you restand by 6 if you want. So he's kind of like Dimension Creeper for Dark Irregulars in a way, but also not really. But he is a solid card for this deck. 3 Stride Fodder because you really want your Fenrir, and you obviously need to stride. And then we play 3 copies of Mythical Beast Hati. Hati is an old card, but pretty much in a nutshell, it's every time you Soul Blast, you get the 1,000 power. If you want, you can take 1 Hattie out for a Force Stride Enabler, or if you want, I just prefer the 3/3 because it just feels more balanced, but that's up to you. Grade 2s, and this is where the Grade 2 lineup I just really don't like right now, because it's like there's just not a whole lot of good, not many good options out there. One sec, guys. And first Grade 2 is this, let's see, Battle Maiden Kotonoha. This is actually probably my favorite Grade 2 for Genesis at the moment, just because she's a very versatile card. She has the Revelation ability, and then when your card is put into the soul during your turn, this unit gets 1,000 power for each time it happens. And then if a card was put into your soul due to the effect of the Revelation ability, then it gets another 1,000 power. So she can get pretty big pretty quick, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of soul charging that turn. Now, the next Grade 2 I play 4 of. I know a lot of you might say you shouldn't be playing 4 of this, and you're completely right. And that's 4 copies of Boulder Federer Gojil. Gojil, I'm sorry, I really am not a fan of this card. There is a Grade 2 8,000 power unit that I have not been able to find. I can't remember his fucking name. But I wanted to take 2 of these out and replace him with that, but I haven't been able to find it. But Gojil, his ability Revelation, when this unit is placed on the rear guard, you'll activate his Revelation ability, obviously. And then when this unit is placed on the rear guard, Generation Break 1, you can counterblast 1 if you have a Vanguard with Fenrir in its card name. And if you do, this unit gets plus 4,000 power. so he becomes 13 on his own. And then once per turn, when he attacks, you may Soul Blast 3 and draw 1 card. This card just really is not that great. Soul Blast 3 for 1 card is just not really that good. I mean, the extra 4,000 power is nice, so he can attack the Vanguard by himself, which is always which is nice, what you want out of your rear guards. But he just he's just not enough. I mean, I wish that Fenrir would have gotten kind of like a better grade 2, really. And then for the last grade 2 is the 3 copies of Unappeasable Biter Gleipnir. Old one from my last deck profile. On boost, Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3, and then if you Soul Blasted during that turn, you get to draw cards. So, grade 3s, obviously, we're playing 4 copies of Mythic Beast Fenrir because he is our main boss monster. Generation Break skill, Soul Blast 3, gains +1 critical, and the Glory skill. So that's nice to have on him, even though I don't think you'll use it very often. If you do have Hattie behind him, when you do that, he at least swings for 21, so that's nice. If you do use that skill. And then his Stride skill, Soul Chart, whenever you... whenever you stride onto him, you Soul Charge 3, and then anytime you Soul Blast out, you can Counterblast 1 and call one of the units out of your soul. You can use that ability once per turn. So, that's nice. And then for the last grade 3 in this build, I'm playing actually 4 copies of the rare from the set, which was the Revelation grade 3 Ice Crest Goddess Svava. Svava, in my opinion, is actually not that bad. It has the Revelation skill, and then when she's on the Vanguard or Rear Guard, once per turn, you may Soul Blast 3 normal units out of the Soul, and then this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of turn. And if it's on the Vanguard, you get to draw a card. But if she's on the Rear Guard, she becomes 16, so you can get her a little bit bigger. But to be real honest, guys, I use this deck mainly just for fun. I would never play this in even a local, maybe a local tournament, but I just I built this deck mainly just because I like Fenrir a lot, and I hope he gets more support in the future. Because right now, I just this deck needs something. Now, for the G Zone. This is another part that really hinders this deck, and I'll explain why here in a second. We are playing 4 copies of Great Angel Doombrace. This is a card not a whole lot of people max out on. I do, because it's one of the cards, in my honest opinion, that gives this deck a really good first stride, and something you can do if you just need to continue the game a little bit longer, if you're playing against something that stalls like Angel Feather or something. Doombrace, he gets to power up your rear guards, and then if you Soul Blast out cards and have a certain number, you can re-Soul Charge them back. There's no downside to playing him, and so that's why I play him at 4. And he got reprinted in the reprint collection, so he's easier to get now, because for a time he was actually pretty ridiculous to find. And then for Vanagon, Vanagon is obviously, he was the big boss unit for them for a while. He still is pretty good. I mean, with G Guardians, he kind of loses a little bit of his flair, but I still like maxing him out just because I like him. You know, when he attacks, look at the top 4, put as much as you want on the top, put as much as you want on the bottom, and so on. He is a good card, but like I said, with G Guardians, he lost a lot of his power. To Mythical Hellsky Beast Fenrir. I would only play 2. I would not play any more than this. I'm sorry. His ability is Generation Break 2. Your rear guard's Revelation abilities are changed to auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Search for up to 1 card from among them, put it into your soul, and put the rest on the top of your deck in any order. Counterblast 1. and then he has another ability, Act, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. You may draw a card. If you do not, put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into your soul. One of your rear guards... Okay, sorry guys. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. You may draw a card. If you do not, put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into your soul. Choose one of your rear guards, and that unit and this unit get plus 3,000 until end of turn. He's a good card. You can stack your triple drive. You can stack a couple of triggers real easy with him. He just this deck just needs a. He would be so much better if we had more stride options. The G zone for Genesis is really, really thin. And then we play 1 Beast Slayer Military Deity tier. This card came out of the Fighters collection. He's here to basically rebuild your soul. His ability is Soul Blast 3. Look at the top card of your deck and put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. And until end of turn, this unit gets... When your drive check reveals a grade 1 or greater card, you may soul charge 3. So you can soul charge a shit ton with him. If you don't hit triggers, you're going to soul charge 9 cards. But, you know, that's why he's here. These are all the G units I play. And it's because I don't play the rare from... what set did they originally come out in set 4? I don't play the rare that came out in set 4. I just don't like that card. The one where if she hits, you look at the top 3, put 1 into your hand, and put the rest into the soul. I just don't like that. Now, for G Guardians, I'm playing 3 copies of the very first one, the Goddess of 7-color Iris. When she's placed on the Guardian Circle, you get to take... you get to choose up to 3 cards from your drop zone and put them into your soul. And then if 3 cards were put there, she gets plus 5,000 power, so she becomes a 20k shield. Now, I do have these 2 here in sleeves. The one that can become a 25k shield. But I personally do not like this card. What these would really be, and I have them, I just didn't put them in the sleeves for the video. And I might not do that for all my decks anymore, just because it gets annoying having to pull the same 2 cards, you know, because I only have a few amounts of them, and it just gets annoying passing them back and forth between decks. Right now, I would honestly just replace both of these with 1 Dismal and 1 Screw. 1 Dismal because I find her more... 1 Screw because I find it more better than this card. If I did play this, I would only play 1 because it's situational at best, and I just don't like it. And then the other one, Dismal, would be to protect you from VMAX. So there's just so much that this deck needs, and I'm kind of disappointed. I wish Genesis was a little more competitive. You know, I mean, the Fenrir Wise Man deck, it's okay. I just don't... I'm sorry, that deck's just not good enough to cut it for me. But anyway, guys, that is my Fenrir Revelation build. If you want to see my version of the Wise Man build, I'll post it up here for you guys. I hope... Please forgive me and for maybe the expectations for this deck profile that maybe it didn't meet it. It's just because that this deck, I feel it needs more support for it to be considered consistent and better. Even though it does have ways, if the deck starts flowing properly, you know, I can get this to do pretty much whatever I want it to do. It's just there are other things that I like playing better that are more consistent, and they're just... they're just better. And I hope this deck gets more cards in the future, mainly a better higher tier G Guardian, because that, I'm sorry, this, what's her name, Skydome Battle Maiden Hanasada Tsuki, that card is just, I'm sorry, that card is garbage. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I'm always open to hear them. If you guys want to see the Wise Man build, please say in the comment section below, and I will slap it together for you guys. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up this video for me, and I will see you next time.